Hey, hey, hey. Welcome, welcome. I am excited about today. It's Testify Tuesday on a Wednesday. I am a firm believer in you don't have to be great to start. You just have to start to be great. So even if you are a day late and $1 short, show up anyway. It is never too late to be your great. Look at you guys popping on. Yay, 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 yay. Hey, Regina. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm excited about today's topic. It's going to be a goodie. Welcome to the live podcast streaming. What's up, Natalia? Welcome, welcome, welcome. And let's set it off here. One. Sorry. So sorry about that. Okay, here we go. So, as you hop on, feel free to say hello. Welcome to the live streaming of Testify Tuesday on a Wednesday. Because this is pre-recorded for my podcast. You're going to hear me reference as if this was done on Tuesday. No worries. I know the days of the week. Oh my, let's zoom in so I don't give you guys too much of an eyeful there. This is my swimsuit covering. So I thought I could wear it as a dress, but it's apparently extremely see-through. So I'm so sorry about that. What's up, Sherry? Hey, Renee. Welcome, welcome. Tomorrow is my wedding anniversary. It'll be 11 years. So I thought this would be really cool to just do a quick podcast on that. So here we go. Andrea, you can start it here. Welcome, guys, to another episode of Testify Tuesday, episode number 5. Today, we're going to talk about some things that I learned that I wish that I knew before I got married. On June 25th, Chris and I will celebrate 11 years of marriage. We have 7 beautiful children, with 1 being in heaven, 7 with 1 in heaven. We have purchased 2 homes together. We have purchased like 4 cars. We've moved between 8 houses. And I tell you what, it has been an amazing journey. I'm proud to say that I am an independent woman. So of the 2 houses that we've purchased, I actually purchased both of them on my own. I was 19 years old with my first one, and I was 25 with my second one that we now reside in now. And I am so proud of that I created a life that I didn't have to have a co-signer. I didn't have to have anyone else in order to be successful in what I considered a massive accomplishment of what I've done. So we bought 4 cars together. All 4 of those cars were like only in my name. So credit is strong, right? Kanisha got some good credit. And I've always just been so blessed that I've been smarter with my money because I had children at a very young age. I was 18 when I became a mom. So because of that, my first car, I used my income tax. I paid cash for it. I was so proud of that little Volkswagen, paid $4,000 for it. It depleted my savings, but I knew where I was going. So that's tip number 1. Know where you're going before you say I do. Oftentimes, we allow marriage or relationships and partnerships to alter where we're going in life. I knew exactly who I wanted to be with or without my husband. I preferred it to be with him, but I was going to be okay without him. Like, I knew that, and I needed him to know that. This is a partnership. So tip 1, know where you're going. Who are you and what do you want? Because if you don't know where you want and where you're going, it's going to be really easy for your partner to just drag you along on their dream and their plans of life if you don't have any. 2, understand that compromise does not mean sacrifice. Know that compromise does not have to mean sacrifice. Oftentimes as women, especially women, some nurturing men, but especially women, we join partnerships, we get married, we be in long-term common law relationships, and we completely give up all of ourselves. We become fur moms, real moms, step moms, and we allow all the titles. It's like a light bulb goes off or something that we decide that, okay, all the things that we thought we could be, it's okay. When little Jimmy gets in kindergarten, I'm going to do this. I'm going to quit my job. I'm going to stay home with little Jimmy. It's going to be the best experience. And we pour all of ourselves into little Jimmy. And then little Jimmy goes off to kindergarten. And then we decide we're going to become homeroom mom and eat lunch with him every Tuesday. And we're going to just pour in to little Jimmy. And then little Jimmy goes off to do sports, and now he's in 6th grade and he's able to try out for different sports occasions. And now we're going to drive Jimmy all around and take him to his practices and all the birthday parties and every opportunity that come little Jimmy's way. We just got to make sure little Jimmy does it. And oftentimes we look up and little Jimmy is 18 and grown and gone. And oftentimes, little Jimmy did not become what we thought he was going to. We put all these emphasis on little Jimmy being real successful. And he's going to go here and do this and do all the things. And he turns out to do nothing that we thought he was. And then we look over at Bob, our husband, and we're like, you know what? For 18 years, I took Jimmy here, there, and yonder, and Jimmy had all the opportunities, and Jimmy did this, and Jimmy did that, and where were you, and where was I? Where was I in all of this equation? Please understand that compromise does not have to mean sacrifice, and when you sign up to be all in with your kids, or all in on your spouse's dreams, there should be a deadline to that. There should be a deadline. I have had immense amounts of success at 29 years old. And Chris and I decided early on he was going to be this man and I was going to be this woman. And I was going to be this woman with or without that man. And I won't lie and say that it wasn't testing and it wasn't trying. And when you have two very ambitious people or two very opposite people, one's very ambitious and one quite just isn't there yet, you can't change them to be what you want them to be simply because they are not you. They are not you, and they are not meant to be you. And oftentimes we fall in love with potential. Number 3, what you see is what you get. There is no potential. Only potential is in a person. That person has to see their potential. You have to accept the reality as that person stands right before you today. So the biggest thing that I will offer someone that is a single lady that is hoping to be married, or maybe you're just looking for a partnership, long-term relationship, I would suggest this. Can you absolutely live for the rest of your life with the person that they stand before you as today? And if that answer is no, I would not be jumping a broom, running down the aisle, getting a marriage license, none of the above. That doesn't mean that they're not the one for you. It just means that you're not ready to fully accept that person as the person that they stand before you today. That is huge, right? Because we want people to be their best self. But sometimes that best self is what you see right in front of you. And we can't make them change. We can persuade it. We can encourage it. We can nudge it. But we can't make them. And then we find ourselves extremely frustrated because we can't make them be who we want to be. Number 5, don't hold yourself back just because they don't see their potential. It was lots of times in this marriage because I was so ambitious and I was hungry for change and I was hungry for more. And Chris was the exact opposite. He was laid back. He was chill. He was cool. He was complacent. And he was okay with the man that he was. That I had to decide that I was going to be fully me authentically. And I had to tell him, you know what? That life may be perfect for you. But for me, I need more. I crave more. I want more. I'm going for more. And I would like it if you're along for the ride. So here's what I need from you. Then I set the boundaries. Just like we talked about last week, that we had to teach people how to love you. That's where that came in. I had to teach the boundaries. Hey, you may not be that way, but here's what I'm going to do, and here's what I'm going to need from you. So it's okay if he doesn't want to be me. It's okay if he doesn't want to be in the trenches. It's okay if he doesn't want to grow and go the way that I want to. But this is what I'm going to need for you while I'm going for me. And then there should be conversations where you can go for them. So once a week, we do what's called a family check-in. On Sundays, we get together. Here's what we did last week. Here's what I loved. Here's what I wish that would change. Here's my responsibility of the week. Here's yours. And then I go off and do my thing. Because whatever you did before you got the husband, before you got the partner, should be the exact same things that you do throughout the relationship. If not, it's going to lead to resentment. Tip number 6. Resentment will creep in and you not even know it. And it starts small. Because men are going to create time for what they want to do. If they played basketball, if they golfed, if they played video games, they still do all those things in the marriage. But for whatever reason, our light bulb goes off and we think that we're supposed to become a certain caliber of person just because we got a ring, just because we became a spouse, just because we became a partner. Oh, girl, I can't do that no more. Your girlfriends invite you out. No. Can't do that. Can't go out with you no more. Oh, I used to knit, but you know what? Can't do that. Can't do that anymore because that doesn't fit into this. Your girlfriends invite you out again. No. Tip number 7. If you don't make time for the people that you had before you had a marriage, you won't have any friends by the end of your marriage. You have to still love people for where they are and for who they are. It is extremely important to value all the relationships that you had before you got a partner, because if you change on your friends, I can guarantee you are going to change on your partner, and they fell in love with you as a certain person. And if you begin to change for the worse and not the better, you are walking down a world that you will be left very lonely without a partner or friends. Marriage is not meant to change you. It is meant to enhance you. And if it changes you and causes you to reprioritize things that were once important to you to no longer being your standard of importance, I really want to encourage you to take some me time and decide, okay, I've been married 10 years. I like this now, but I don't really like that. I used to love it when he did this, but now it annoys me that he does that. What changed in me that now makes everything that I once loved about him annoying? Because there will become a part in that. Tip 8, reassess yourself. We can't control the things that happen to us, but we can control how we react to them. So if your husband or your partner leaves a towel on the floor all the time, and you have repeatedly mentioned it over and over and over, here's a question that I always ask myself. Can I live with this for the rest of my life? Because people are who they are. There are no perfect people. And there is no perfect spouse. There's going to be a perfect person just for you. But they're going to have annoying tendencies. And they're going to not love you always the way that you want to be loved. And they're not going to always remember to do all the little things. But you're not perfect either. And you're not going to remember to do all the perfect things. So you have to allow some grace inside your marriage for growth for both of you, because you're going to grow and you're going to change and you're going to evolve. Tip 9, surround yourself around people that you want to be like, that inspire you. Not people that you want to mimic their life, not these reality people that you see on TV. Those can be inspirations, but I mean like real community relationships of people that you can connect with at least once a month. We consider it double dating because you want to stay surrounded around like-minded people. If you are surrounded around a bunch of single friends, you go on your girls' night and you enjoy them, but 80% of your time should be spent with people that are like-minded as you. If you want to stay married, hang out with married people. If you want to be successful and have a strong, healthy marriage, hang around people that have strong, healthy marriages. Tip number 10, I'm going to need you to understand that community leads to reality, because reality shows and the series that we watch on the Netflix things that we love and the movies that we have are meant to give us a false expectation of what love and relationship truly is. Be realistic and don't set the standards where he doesn't even have room or she doesn't even have room to cough. Because if they cough wrong, it is going to mess up the most amazing day. Listen, bad decisions don't have to lead to completely bad days. That don't have to lead to completely bad weeks. That don't have to lead to completely bad months. A bad minute does not have to equal a bad hour. So if he says the wrong thing or she does the wrong thing, offer some grace and some space in there to know, hey, I'm going to mess up too, and I'm going to be great too, and I'm going to do all all the things that I need to too, because those movies will jack you up. They will make you think, well, he doesn't do those things for me. You watch these reality shows and these people that got all this money and spend it irresponsibly, and it sets a false expectation that although his bank account may match one of those people on TV because he brought you flowers instead of Louis Vuitton shoes, it will set a false expectation of yourself. Tip number 11, comparison will kill your joy. Comparison will kill your joy. If you want something, tell him that. Tell her that. They can't read your mind. They cannot read your mind. They do not know that's what you want. Men and women have a hard time reading between the lines because how we interpretate things is a lot harder than how they do it. Men are plain, men are simple, and they just want to know what you want. Just tell them what you want. So if your expectation is a Louis Vuitton bag for your anniversary, or you expect him to remember the day you had your first kiss, or you expect her to remember where your first date was or the first argument that you had, set those expectations and let them know that. Create cheat sheets and put it on the calendar. One of my girlfriends here recently hit 100 rides on her Peloton, and I was so extremely proud of her. And guess what she did? She told her husband, ride number 86. I'm expecting balloons and a celebration when I hit my 100th ride. And as she got closer to her 100th ride, she told him. And 48 hours before she hit the 100th ride, she told him, I'm at ride 98. I'm going to hit it. And I really want to be celebrated. I really want you to hit these balloons for me. And just let me know that you're really proud. She told him that. And guess what she got on her 100th ride? She got these amazing balloons. They were all, he took some amazing, beautiful pictures of her on her bike. She was so proud and beaming. He remembered. Everybody was happy. Don't set this false expectation that he's supposed to know that you want candlelight dinners and wine and rose petals all over the place if you never even told him that's what you wanted for the anniversary. If you never even said that's what you want for your birthday. You have to let men and women know exactly what you want, because if you don't spell it out, they can't read your mind, and they're loving you from a way that they interpreted it and what they understand of it. Tip number 12, because I love you and it's a bonus. This may be the most important one. If we don't spell out what we want from tip number 11, because comparison will kill the joy, please understand love languages matter. If you have not taken the 5 love language quiz, I suggest you do it because it tells you what you are. And I also suggest you doing it for your partner. And if you don't have a partner yet, that's okay. At least know what yours is. Mine is words of affirmation. Chris is physical touch. Physical touch does not mean sex. It means intimacy, hand holding, shoulder rubbing, hand on the leg, those type of things. I am the worst of that. That was my lowest score. Guess what his lowest score was? Words of affirmation. So we're always yearning from each other what our weakest thing is. So people love you from the best of their knowledge. Learn the love languages so it can become more easier and apparent when they're trying to love you your way, their way. Because whatever our love language is, that's our dominant love language. And that's what we speak more of. So I'm worse. Everything I do is words. So I'm always, you're my king. You're amazing. I love you. I praise you. I thank you. I need you. I this, I that. I'm always spewing these words on him. And oftentimes he doesn't know how to receive them because he is not a communicator. He just doesn't. He doesn't know how to verbalize it. But when he reaches in the car to hold my hand, I know that's his way of saying, I love you. So learning the love language where you can interpret what your partner is trying to say. And then do what's called speaker listener. Tip 13. Speaker listener means there's no argument here. You literally interpretate what it is that you are trying to say. Example. Honey, I feel that when you go to the bathroom and you take your shower and you leave your towel on the floor, it makes me think that you expect me to pick it up. One sentence. Speaker listener is one sentence. It can't be ranting. There cannot be any yelling. There can't be any going off. There can't be all, this is not a rant time. It's one sentence. And then your partner does not defend themselves. In turn, they repeat back what they heard from you. It's called speaker listener. You can Google it if you like. I will drop a link below to connect to it so you can get the notes for the podcast. But speaker listener, honey, when you go into the shower and you get out and you leave the towel on the floor, it makes me feel like you expect me to pick it up. So in return, he would say, so what I feel you are saying is, when I leave my towel down, you have to clean up after me. And then you can say, no, that's not what I'm saying. I actually like picking the towel up. I just wanted you to be aware that I picked the towel up for you. Or you can say, no, you heard me exactly right. If you could pick your towel up, it would really help me in the mornings. Speaker, listener, you are verbalizing what you need. They're telling you what they heard, and they're giving you an opportunity to say back if that's what you meant or if that's what you didn't mean. And then you continue the conversation like that. If you say, yes, that's what I meant, it is now their turn to say what they feel, and then you say back what you heard. Because we all have a different perspective of what love is supposed to look like. The best thing I can tell you is comparison will kill your joy. Marriage is work, and it is meant to keep you both growing internally, externally. You have to grow internally in order to be able to expose it externally in your partner's love language. Love is a beautiful thing. Don't let the media tell you anything different. If you got anything out of this Testify Tuesday, feel free to share it with a friend. Thank you guys for tuning in for the live streaming. If you're catching the podcast, come over on Tuesdays and feel free to join in and interact with me as I do it live. Thank you so much for all of you for being here, and I hope that you guys have a fabulous day, and I will catch you guys on the next episode.